So today we had a bit of a breakthrough. This is the first time since we started doing this new diet that we broke 85 kilograms. So today's meal, rice, mushrooms and eggplant. Probably doesn't look the most appetizing, but Monday in the bank, hard training session done this morning, and we're back rocking and rolling. And feeling good. So feeling fueled. So we're back again with the check-in for week 2, day 2. Today we weighed in at 86 kilograms on the dot. So that was good. Still heading in the right direction. This morning I had a cycle session with the guys. Unfortunately I had an issue with my power meter. Sorry, not my power meter, my Di2, and I forgot to charge it. So I had to sort of miss the first lap. So I only did about 55 minutes of cycling. I've got a 30-minute easy run later, but that's fine for training, and hopefully get a bit more steps in, and the diet is going well. This morning I tried to mix things up. I had a bit more apple juice for breakfast, and I had some Rice Krispies with almond milk as a sort of attempt to see how that made me feel. I suffered really bad heartburn this morning before the session with the apple juice, and to be honest was not comfortable at all. So I've been looking into ways that I need to sort of change that up. If anybody's got any tips or advice on how to do that, then I'm all ears. I'd love to hear what you do to sort of avoid that. As I finish the cycling, as you can see here, I've got some bananas, and I've just had 4 dates as well. So I'll probably eat these bananas through the course of the morning. And yeah, just will sort of keep topped up. I also, as I mentioned in the video with the guys drinking tea, I had tea with sugar in it this morning. I did feel good on the bike, and I ended up doing my best ever 5-second power with the guys on the sprints. I was riding with Hamish and Harrison this morning, and those guys super strong on the bike, and I was able to keep up on one of the 2 sprints. So proud of myself for that. That's the biggest performance I've ever done on a bike, so it's a PB, so I've got to take it. Is that to do with the diet? I don't know, but best ever power, weight is down, things are looking good. So body condition update at 86 kilos. Hopefully looking much better, feeling better, slept well last night, sleep is still good, so things are looking positive. We have our vegan pasta pesto. First time trying nutritional yeast in the pasta, which has basil, garlic clove, salt, pepper, yeast, lemon, and it's pretty good. (86.9). Obviously had a lot of fluid this morning with training, etc., but it's still around the same ballpark. To be honest, normally I weigh myself around 11-12 o'clock, but heading out today, so not going to have a chance to do that. So tucking into my breakfast, a couple of passion fruits. These are easily one of my favorite things on this diet. Wanted to talk about something that I've noticed on the diet that I've really struggled with, and I've wondered if anybody else has struggled with this before when they've been eating a lot of fruit, a lot of vegetables. This morning, same as yesterday, again, I've really struggled with like a bit of sort of indigestion slash like almost feels like heartburn when I've been having like anything to do with apples, apple juice. The rest of the fruit stuff has been absolutely fine, but that has crippled me. I think today, I think that's going to call the end to any further apple juice. I don't think I can do it. I know I need it for the sugars for the training session in the morning, but I can't go on feeling like the way I feel now, and it's something that maybe my body's not able to handle. Obviously there might be ways that you're able to combat it, so if anybody knows any ways that this can be combated, then I'd absolutely love to hear it. Back into the swing of things with marathon training now. Just got my 4th session of the block done, which was a fartlek interval session of 300s. Felt reasonably okay. I wouldn't say I felt full of energy or boundless with energy like I have done. Maybe slightly been under eating, actually, thinking about it. Like was looking at the sort of total calorie expenditure and having a discussion about that this morning. Maybe need to increase the carbohydrates a bit more. I'm going to think about it and come up with a solution. But anyway, just wanted to touch base and let you know how I'm doing. Breakfast number 2 before we go get the tattoo finished. What do we say? You like melon? You like melon? So we're out on a nighttime dog walk, try and get the steps up. We have Bailey here, star of the show. Bit of extra humidity tonight, so I've had to clean the camera a couple of times. But we're out for a little walk, just trying to increase the number of steps we're doing, just by trying to get that sort of base level, zone 1, I guess you would call it, extra steps in, try and get those, help the weight on the scale go a little bit down. Just want to talk a little bit about how the journey has gone so far. This is day 9 of this challenge, day 10, day 10 of the challenge, day 3 of week 2. First of all, I want to say that I think it's gone a lot better than I originally thought it would go. So, to be honest, since I thought I would really struggle, I'm really happy that I've managed to be 100% compliant with what I'm trying to do and put sort of faith and trust in the process of this whole 100% carb, low fat, low protein diet that we're trying for endurance purposes, to test and try and get better performance in running. So that is the ultimate goal. Try and be the best runner that I can be. Also try and live a good life and feel good and feel happy and not feel tired, sad or sick. And if I can do that whilst doing that diet, then I will be very, very happy. Biggest positives so far have definitely been sustained energy levels, feeling great. We did a hard running session this morning, so although my performance was not good, I was happy to complete it, considering the sort of feeling that my legs are in after the ultra marathon. So that was really good and really positive to be able to sort of put together pretty much the full interval session without absolutely dying. So was pretty happy with that. Probably still, as I mentioned previously, a bit under fueled and could actually increase the total number of carbs that I'm actually eating. Today has been a pretty bleak day in terms of what I've actually eaten. If you look at it, it's probably not very appetizing for most people, and they probably wouldn't want to do this, but I'm sticking with the process of what's allowed as per the rules. So mainly fruit up until the last meal of the day, and then after that we focus mainly on carbs and starches, grains and starches. So I had rice for my main meal tonight with a bit of vegetables. I had some onions that I put on with some brown sugar, which was actually delicious. So I made like caramelized onions. So far this week I've ran 3 times, cycled once, cycling again tomorrow. So my volume is okay, but it's not anywhere near what it will be when I do the main block part of my marathon training. Will probably be upwards of say 80 to 90 kilometers in the absolute middle of it, and then maybe go up a bit more depending on what the coach says. So what I want to do is just make sure that I'm matching my energy requirement and fueling properly for when this comes around. The last thing I want to do is end up injured, end up with any problems throughout this. Obviously injuries do occur, something that I often speak to people that I coach all the time about, that you know, we can do our absolute best practices, strength training, running training and everything, but sometimes you just can't count for misfortune. Obviously one of the main differences here is that I am doing sort of a different diet. So, you know, you could say if injuries were to occur, especially after a good period of about 2 years, a bit less than 2 years of no injuries, you know, and the only thing having changed is obviously the diet, then, you know, that could have a massive effect and something that could play on my mind and something that I have thought about. But, you know, never mind, we keep moving, and we see how it goes. What's life without a little risk? So I'm just working here, having a working lunch. We just had a super successful podcast, which hopefully you've listened to by the time you've watched this video, and that'll be good. I've just made this pasta dish here. So I made this homemade pesto the other day. It's literally so good. It's better than normal pesto. It just tastes like pesto without oil, but I'm now getting to the point now where I'm getting used to eating stuff without oil. But I want to make one point, okay? So this is the pasta. Here's my point. If you are a vegan and you've told me I have nutritional yeast because it tastes like cheese, I just want to say that that's a lie. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to others. It's not true. It tastes nice and it makes pasta taste great. This totally vegan 100% mushroom pasta that I made with homemade pesto, but it does not taste like cheese at all. I'm just wondering if maybe it's been a long time since you've tried cheese. It's only been about 2 weeks since I've tried cheese, but it tastes nothing like nutritional yeast. This is like a public service announcement to all vegans. And if you think I'm wrong, I just want you to go and try a piece of cheese. It's not going to like destroy the environment or, you know, kill you overnight. Just a nice bit of cheddar or parmesan or something. Just please try it and then let me know if you think that it's, you know, unless I've totally misunderstood the concept. But every single vegan person that watched the video last week all got in touch and said, if you want to try something like this, you must do nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast. There were so many comments of people saying nutritional yeast. I just want to comment and say it doesn't. Now we are kicking off a new era of sports performance in Dubai. I've launched BROADRUN Performance, which is an in-person coaching element to all of my training sessions. So we launched with our first ever track session at Brighton College here. One thing I will say is everybody always shows up in numbers and they always show up with massive enthusiasm when it comes to these sessions, and that's one reason I absolutely love it. I've been so grateful for everyone just to come out and show such great support of the new venture, and I'm absolutely loving coaching all these people so far, and I know that it's going to be a massive success, especially as we go towards race season. No matter what level you are, we are focusing on getting better. You can see here we are doing all the right things that we need to do in order to get better. This is focusing on run technique and running drills, making sure that everyone is sufficiently warmed up and the muscles are ready for the run itself. The temperature tonight was absolutely roasting, so I think it was, you know, still near 40 degrees by the time that we started this session, so we were really feeling it. Although the body was warmed up, we need to make sure that we are pretty much ready to run and put a hard effort in. You can see that everyone's flexibility here is a lot better than mine. When I was doing my leg kicks and barely getting past my hip, but some of the people had absolutely crazy flexibility. One of the most important parts of a warm-up, make sure calves are nice and warmed up. See too many times at the track people going into super intense reps without doing sufficient calf, hamstring and glute warm-up. So always make sure you warm up your calf. The worst thing is it only takes about 5 minutes to do this whole warm-up from start to finish. So one of the best things you can do is just make sure you do this. If you're short on time, you're better skipping repetitions rather than skipping the warm-up. Do a proper warm-up before every track session. Absolutely no excuses. I always finish off a track session by doing track session warm-up by doing strides, which we did 4 times 50-meter strides there, just to make sure that we are ready to go into the first rep.
Now, wait guys, before we go,
Lewis here in his nice ladies vest.
If it's your first track session and you guys that want to decide you're doing 8 or 10, that's absolutely fine, or 12, whatever. It is meant to be around an 8 out of 10 pace, okay? So do pace yourself, it's not 100%. So pace yourself. If you get 8 reps in,
The way that this track session works, you go with a partner and you run 300 meters and meet your partner at the end of the 300 meters. You then tag them and then they go run 300 meters. Now the rest and recovery is 100 meters where they turn back and they run 100 meters in a clockwise direction. And then once you reach to that 100 meter point, then you wait for your partner to finish their rep. The whole idea is you partner with someone who's of the same level as you, and that means that you should get a work to rest ratio of 1:1 or there or thereabouts.
At work and she like ran into me. She goes, "Have you got anything?" I was like, "Genuinely, no. Wish I could help, but I can't."
so if you want to go with the big camera on one of the corners.
Here you can see Coach himself running. We were doing, myself and Hamish, around 4 minutes per kilometre for each of the reps, which we tried to keep it nice and steady. And in that heat, I was really pleased with that performance. Obviously feeling super fueled and super energized with the vegan diet. So good. You can see everyone's working really hard and absolutely love to see it. Danny here, another one, absolutely flying. Man can run. I think he was doing close to a 3-minute kilometre, and I think he was one of the fastest people that's ever ran around this track, so that was so cool to see. Ben absolutely flying into, and these guys, when it comes to race season, they're going to absolutely smash it. You can see everyone doing the partner tag, making sure that their partner is staying honest with the reps and getting the full 300 in, and now they're about to run 100 meters back along the track. You can see Danny coming absolutely flying through here. It's great to see.
That wasn't a great tap,
and here's Darcy. She is cooking. Obviously we did the podcast earlier today, so that was really nice to see her come along to the track. And on one of her days off of flying, she was able to come down and get a workout in, so you love to see it. I think this was around 5 to 6 reps in. I'm just coming around the corner now and really starting to feel the heat, but have settled down into the pace and feeling generally pretty good. Obviously carb fueled up and we're moving along, so it's all real nice to see. By this point we are well and truly into the workout and we are really suffering. I think these guys have probably done 8 or 9 reps by now and really cooking. You can see Lewis in his nice ladies vest again, just arriving back just as his partner reached there, so he might be working with someone who is slightly better than him, which is obviously forcing his rest to be a bit more difficult, which, you know, is always going to be tough for him if someone's going a little fast, but you know, it's definitely going to make him a better runner. Here's my partner Hamish coming past. Man's running well, and Eloise back from injury, also part of the group, tagging her partner, so it's great to see her running back again. Last rep for me, going in there, really suffering. She can't even keep up with Anders and Stephen as they're cruising through. I was just properly on toes. Danny's still going as fast as ever. Man's working super hard, so absolutely love to see it. And that's track.
So today we had a bit of a breakthrough. This is the first time since we started doing this new diet that we broke 85 kilograms. So 84.9 on the scales today, which is a massive number. That is so good. Nearly 6 kg down from where we originally started. So I'm absolutely... You'll see that we did a track session last night, which was the launch of the BRP, the BROADRUN Performance Group. Absolutely smashed it. Obviously hard training session last night, and I did a marathon session this morning, so obviously training's starting to ramp up, which hopefully that has an effect. Like I said in the last video, I was back up at 87 kilograms, so the fact that we've seen a sort of slight drop might just been, like I said, had extra carbohydrates, holding on to extra water weight, etc. But this is why we're regularly weighing ourselves, so we can keep seeing the trend go down or up depending on what happens. So really happy, and yeah, should be good. We've got long run tomorrow with the group, so absolutely buzzing for that. Everyone's happy, everyone's training well, and I'm feeling great. I felt really good on the run this morning, and that's especially after a hard session last night. So I'm starting to see the sort of recovery that people talk about when they're on this type of diet. I was tired because the session last night was at 8 p.m. and the session this morning I had to leave at 4:40 AM. So I only slept about 5 hours, but this afternoon I'm going to lie down on a pool bed and plan on doing some sleep there, so it should be good. So we've got a nice pre-workout dinner here, so I think part of this game is going to be having some incredibly bad lunches as well as good lunches. What I mean by that is I was working today, it's a bank holiday, but I decided I wasn't going to cook, so I ordered in a poke bowl that was supposed to be this vegan healthy poke bowl, and it was easily the worst meal I've had since I started this, so not very good. And then I had a bit of a cheat meal but still kept it vegan with a pizza with no cheese, which to be honest is massive commitment, so fair play to me. Tonight we're going to do a Pilates strong class, first time ever doing that. Feel really good after this morning's run and feeling super positive about everything, so we're ready to smash it and things are going well. First time we've seen below 85 on the scales, so we're loving it. Let's go. Not to judge myself too harshly, but I've started eating vegan for 2 weeks. I've got a little shoulder bag and I'm going to do a Pilates class. What's going on? Maybe we've lost our minds.
Here we are at Strong Jamira Pilates, the first time I've ever done anything like this. You can see that this is something I am not good at all, and to be honest, I'm not sure that I'll ever come back to this type of reformer Pilates. I have done yoga and stretch classes before and always found them to be really good and felt really great from it, but this just basically wasn't my jam. That's absolutely fine though with fitness. It's good to try different things and give it a go. If it doesn't work out, then it's probably not for you. I don't know if this is going to be the best workout for runners. I'm interested to hear comments on whether you think this will be good for runners or whether you've heard about runners doing this and getting a really good performance benefit from it. I personally didn't find it to be that beneficial for me, and I do think that there's definitely other things you could spend your time on, i.e. more running. But as always, I'm super open to hear about anyone's experiences, whether they did this and whether they felt like it made a difference. You can see Diego here having a little nap, not thinking he was being filmed, so he was trying to rest a little bit. I always think it's interesting to go to these different fitness classes. You always see different people, different strengths, and maybe somebody who's not the best runner or the best cyclist might be super amazing at this and might be fantastic at this type of Pilates thing, and that's absolutely amazing to see all the different body types and all the different people depending on what their strengths are. If you do this type of thing and enjoy it, then it's obviously really good for you, good for your brain to go out and do something you enjoy, and I absolutely love to see it. This is something we could probably all do a little more of. This was a core / sort of hamstring / planking thing. You can see brand loyalty was absolutely crazy here with my Adidas Pilates socks. Probably the only person who's ever worn them before. I don't think anyone in the studio had ever seen anything like it. At this point I was seriously suffering, but this part was a very enjoyable core workout, so at least this part was really good. This final part we were doing an arm pump workout for the triceps. You can see Bradley getting told off from the instructor there because he was cheating, but it was really funny. I don't think she came over and really helped us that much, just because I think she knew that we were lost causes. But at least we got a good arm pump at the workout at the end, and happy days. Bicep veins are going there, and that's what we love to see. BRP long run. This is the only footage I got of the long run on the BRP. Here's Manan, fresh straight out of Pilates, some man. This is a real low point, eating this just rice for lunch on the go. Not what I had in mind for today, but this is the reality. We move. The only reason I decided to include this cycling video in is just because I have a really nice cycling kit on, and I really wanted to show everyone on YouTube my fancy $450 cycling kit. This is the first time I've ever had a kit from Pass. Here's a nice video of Dan out on his long run BRP performance. Sunday check-in, week 2, day 15 of the diet. So
Want to talk about how things have gone this week. It's been a really busy week for training. Back to doing 5 sessions a week. Managed to get around 40 kilometers running in and feeling really good. Did a tempo session on Monday, a running session on Wednesday, and also a marathon session on Friday. A sort of long run yesterday. However, ended up going to a first aid course during the day, so didn't manage to get the full 16k I was meant to do. But overall, energy is up, weight is down, and we're feeling really positive, ready to go into week 3. We've not had any slip-ups at all in the diet, no cheat meals, and we're feeling really good. And overall, it's been absolutely fantastic. So this week we've seen my weight for the first time for a long time is under 85. We had 84.9 kilograms, which is a massive improvement and a bit further ahead than I thought it was originally going to be. So we can be really happy with that and keep going towards. We finally set a weight goal for the marathon. We're going to try and get under 80, ideally as close to 77.5, which hopefully will make the marathon PB a lot easier. But we're putting it into the universe. That's what we're going for. Whether it happens or not is a different story. But looking forward to tuning in next week for a few more different videos. Hopefully you enjoyed the track element of this week's video, and appreciate you watching. Exciting that next week we have a new vlogging camera. So this is the Sony ZV-1, I believe, and hopefully going to get a lot more videos filmed on this bad boy in the next couple of weeks. If anyone's ever used this one before and you've got any hints, tips or tricks on how to use it, then I would love to hear it, because I have no idea what I'm doing. Bailey, signing out.